Do you need an impact extraction screwdriver set? We'll find out in a moment. I'm Tim Johnson. You're watching Shop Tool Reviews. All right, we have the GEARWRENCH 86090 extraction screwdriver set, impact extraction screwdriver set. Now, we've seen a lot of impact resistant screwdrivers lately, or impact screwdrivers, but really not an impact extraction screwdriver. Now, I grew up using one of these, but they didn't look this nice. In fact, they were big old bulky looking things. But anyway, there's more going on in this handle than just being an impact resistant handle. Let's dive in, take a closer look, then we'll come back and, as always, talk about pricing, warranty, and where you can find them. These are the GEARWRENCH impact extraction screwdrivers. Now, don't mistake these with just a typical impact screwdriver, because it's more than just having a metal cap on here or a pass-through of the actual shaft going up to the actual metal plate. There's more going on than that. This is an extraction screwdriver or an impact screwdriver. I grew up having impact screwdrivers before we ever had an impact wrench. There were impact wrenches, but I just didn't have one. I had an impact screwdriver. And basically what happens is you take a hammer and you hammer on the end of this, but more goes on than just striking that. As you see here on the back of the package, GEARWRENCH does a good job of showing this. We've got a spring that once you hit this, it actually turns the tip or turns the shaft of the screwdriver 12 degrees. So as you push down, you'll watch the tip there. As I push down, it turns ever so slightly. So as I hit that, it's going to turn that 12 degrees. So you've got a stuck screw, whether it's a standard straight slot or whether it's a Phillips, it will turn that as you impact it without you having to turn the handle. You can just hit it, and that mechanism in there is going to send the impact through there, as well as give it that 12 degrees of motion to break free that screw. Now, here on the handles, it looks just like their regular screwdrivers, which we really like. Got a tri-lobe design here. We also get the rubber overmolding and impact resistant, as well as fluid resistant, corrosion resistant handles here that'll hold up well. And even here in the speed zone, if you will, where you can turn with your fingers, you get the rubber overmolding there as well, with some grooves there so you can get some grip. And then it looks like a chromoly shaft, and we get the model number as well as the size of the screwdriver right there. Number 2 Phillips, and 4 by 4 inches, and it has the model number. Now, this model number for this set is the 86090. I think you can get this set for like 25 bucks, so not a bad deal whatsoever to have some impact screwdrivers. And again, more than just an impact ready screwdriver, it's an actual impact screwdriver set to where it's actually going to have a mechanism to break those screws loose. Now, let's actually set something up and see if we can't see how this actually works. Okay, we're going to set up a very simple test to test these impact screwdrivers. We'll take a few screws here. Then on this one, I'm going to go ahead and see if we can't strip that one. There we go, we got that one good and stripped. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our screwdriver here and we're going to use our hammer and see if we can't see these turn on the way out. Now, let me go ahead and use the Phillips screws here and put a little mark there that's in line with one of the lines on the Phillips screw, just to give us a reference of what kind of movement we're getting, because you're not going to see a whole lot of movement. It's not like you're going to hit this and it's going to start spinning. We're going to hit this and it's just going to move ever so slightly. Okay, and let me show you a couple of things here. By the way, you see I kind of angled these screws all over the place. Actually, the grain of the wood that did that, but still, that's even better. So as I hit this, I'm just going to hold it loose, and you're not going to see much movement at all. In fact, if it's moving, it is moving just a touch, but you'll see if I'll put a little bit of input, not enough to turn the screw, but a little bit of input and then hit it, you see it actually jumps a lot better. So in other words, it made a lot bigger movement But I'm not doing that with my hand. It's the impact mechanism of the screwdriver and the hitting of the hammer that's turning that screw. And the nice thing about it is every impact, you're driving that tip down into that screw and getting a better bite versus just trying to turn on it. We'll go to this bigger screw here, which really should probably be a number 3 Phillips, but we're still going to run with it. So you can see the face of my handles right here, and you see the lineup of our screw, and our line is right there. A little bit of input with my hand. And you see now where the logo is, it's around this side of the screwdriver. So that's how much rotation we've already gotten on it. And again, now I've got it to where it's loose enough, but I'm not putting enough input to actually turn the screw. That's all I'm giving it. Again, let me line this logo up here so you can see this. Give it a little bit of input and then an impact. And there we go. We've jumped, I don't know, probably that 10 or 12 degrees. Again, you see it starting to rotate. Now I can loosen this. Now, this one here is a Tapcon that we drove in and then stripped the head on it. So let's see if we get to actually back this thing out or if it's actually going to spin in the head. Again, let me face the logo out the best I can. And you see our line here is lined up with the tip of the screwdriver there. Yep, there we go. So really handy screwdriver set at less than 25 bucks. It's hard to beat that. And you got that impact mechanism built into the screwdriver. We really like simple tools, and this is one of them, or these are 2 of them. This extraction set makes a lot of sense, especially for the price. Less than 25 bucks you can get this and a lifetime warranty on them. So the fact that you get to hit this with a hammer, let's face it, you get to take out a lot of your frustration right here on the screwdriver. No, but seriously, so each hammer gives you like 12 degrees of rotation. I would imagine you're probably not getting quite that much when you're hammering on it, but the cool thing is that as you're hammering, not only is it rotating, but it's driving that tip deeper into that screw to get a better bite on that. So as you hammer and turn, it's ever so slightly turning, and you're not getting a huge turn on it. But as I mentioned, if you'll notice, if you just kind of hold the screwdriver set and hit it, it will rotate a little bit, but really where you get that full use is if you give a little bit of input, not enough to cam it out of the screw, but if you give a little bit of input to hold some resistance against it and then hammer it, you'll see that more of a jump or more of a rotation on that screwdriver. Hey, we see that these work great. And again, for less than 25 bucks, it's hard to go wrong with that. So check them out. Again, it's the GEARWRENCH Impact Extraction Screwdriver Set. Model number is the 86090 or 86090. Check it out for yourselves. Also keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Hey, if you don't mind, would you hit that like and subscribe button, but only if you liked our video. If you hated our video, as always, give us a thumbs down. But would you let us know in the comments why? Have a great day and keep smiling.